Good afternoon and welcome back to Sosnovka. We rejoined the crew just over halfway through their day, just finishing the harvest on the first of these fields up the top. I will manually whiz back and pick up this little trimming. I can't imagine it's going to be much, but waste not, want not, as my mother used to say very, very often, still does in fact, to be honest. There you go, that's what mums are for. Right. We've got our lovely new harvester. I'm really enjoying it. I think this is the section, I guess, that we changed to green, which costs quite a bit of money, and you can change it to brown for even more money, so that's probably quite superfluous. This is a huge machine. It's bigger than the case as a machine. It seems to be all engine. Is this something they got out of one of those war surplus fighter jets or ship or something? I don't know. Yeah, for the size of the actual harvester, its capacity is quite small, but it doesn't matter. It is suiting us fine. It really fits in here. We're going to take this guy straight round to the next field, but we're going to go this way so he can empty. Right, we've had no issues with our seeder stroke cultivator man because I've been particularly careful of stopping and starting him during his fields. This harvester is getting ahead. It's quite, yeah, it's got a nice speed to it. The head is about 50% bigger than the one we had on the case. As long as we keep on top of servicing in it, as in keeping it emptied so we can keep going, then yeah, we won't have any log jams on the fields, and fertilizer guy can just zip around as and when required, as you can right now. Get this field finished. We're just refilling this fertilizer spreader. We did bring the trailer up here with the seed and the fertilizer on it because we just had a spare tractor hitch with which to do so, because the harvester was already up here with the trailer. We're going to shoot back down. We're going to fertilize the bottom field with the sunflowers and also collect the eggs. Now, off camera and out of this game, so to speak, I did mess about with the roller. I've seen that it doesn't really worry about whether it's the first growth stage or not for it to work, as it says in the description. But what I did find is that it will not have any effect on land that has simply been ploughed, cultivated, or even seeded. So I'm guessing, look at all these eggs. We've been neglecting the chickens horrendously. No wonder we're poor chickens. Look, they can get on. They must be stuffed full of eggs. Look, these are going to keep pouring out of them now. Could be here all day. And we'll try to remember to sell all these at the shop up by the fields that we liberated. Right, sorted, that'll do. No such thing as a lost egg. It will be there waiting for us next time. Anyway, so yes, so we definitely need to use some form of fertilizer on ploughed, cultivated, or freshly sowed land. Right, now this is where the proof of the pudding will be found, because can this guy fertilize this field without me needing to keep too much of an eye on him? Go. Yes, he can. He's not quite in the right place, and I'm feeling pedantic, so we'll just do that. Get that little piece. We'll just do that and get that end, and then we're getting reasonably well lined up. That'll do. Right, let's see how he gets on now. He's going to stop right here. Is he going? Oh no, that wasn't too. No. In fact, I can see why he's confused. We'll give him a little bit of a helping hand, and I think this is really what you need to do if you want to keep your workers efficient, really ultimately efficient, is to just check on them, see where they're going wrong. Something else I wanted to keep an eye on is this chap who's turned the wrong way at the end of this field, for one thing, and also he's significantly longer than the case, so he may have some trouble around here. I've already taken out a strip at the far end of the field, and I think I might need to do so at this end too, but we'll see. We'll leave him to plod on for now. Right, so that guy's fertilising. Is he fertilising? No. The tree seems to have upset him there, perhaps, I don't know. We shall learn. It doesn't really matter, does it? Nothing is lost and nothing is wasted. As long as you keep an eye on it, there's nothing worse than coming back thinking they've done like 40 minutes work and they haven't. So just keep an eye. Well, stunts. So this chap is now going to give this its second layer of fertilizer over to the worker. Guy over here is doing okay. I did actually have to stop and refill this man, and we're not putting him back on the field, even though he should have turned right, even by default maybe. He turned left and went back. So I think maybe because we stole this land, it's a little bit less clear what's field and what's not. I don't know, but anyway, tried to just let this guy go. So we restarted him this edge of the field. He's lost a small strip here, which we'll come back and get at the end, so we don't have to restart him again. And the harvester, because he has finished harvesting, being employed as a little delivery truck right here. Will we fit? We might not, you know. 938, $1 more than a transport company. That's not a bad price recovery, is it? What we get in here? Get in there like that. We obviously left the header back at the shed. Right. No. Bit more. Just go on, go. Just. I can see myself getting very stuck here. Are we out yet? We're out. We've made it. We're in the sell place. We are. We shall sell. Good price, yeah. Soy, planted it every day. The price has stayed pretty much stable between 900 and anywhere up to 1,000. So that's okay. Are we going to be able to do this turn? The one problem, oh, not if we do it like that, we're not. Oh, look at the team over there. About to hit each other. Oh, we've now got hooked. No, we're free. The problem that we've got is the tail on this harvester. Go, go, go. Hooray, we are free. Yeah, probably not something we're going to do every day, but you got to try everything once, haven't you? Come on. Ooh, tight, just. He's away, right. Let him make his own way home. Right, now we need to get on up here. First of all, you can finish. You think you're stuck, but I think you're done. You are done, apart from this little row here. So we'll just tidy that away. And the job's a good one. No, it's not, because we're not quite lined up. As you can see, I just am a little bit rusty at the game. I think it happens to us all. The harvester, by the way, was terrified of the scary building on the other field. Wouldn't go anywhere near it, so we did have to harvest that part of the field completely manually. I'm not going to bother replanting that strip. It's just the field widens, doesn't need doing. We'll get you out of the way. And here we are in the little Zeta, just arriving back down at the Ministry of Logistics depot. We brought basically the seed and fertilizer back because we're going to need some, because we're going to leave the plough here, because we are going to plant the sunflower field right here, right now. Now, the cheapest option is the Amazone. I've used it in my other playthrough. We are going to lease that. It's going to cost us $1,040 to lease that. And when we come to need to harvest the sunflowers tomorrow, we're going to lease that one, which is going to cost us about $900, so $2,000 altogether ish, which matches up quite nicely with the $800 a day we are saving. Sorry, $1,800 a day we are saving on the half price fertilizer we're getting. Right, now we need to lease this Now this is a funny machine, I've mentioned this before. I'm going to drop the front loader stuff here because the small Zeta may well take clothes off with him. I'm going to let the small Zeta have a go on this machine as well, just to see how it gets on. I'm hoping they could... Yeah, this seems to be such a chunky piece of kit. You can get front weights for these, but let's see. I think it would have trouble pulling something before I had trouble kind of balancing it, if you see what I mean. Right, refill sower. So we're going to refill the sower with fertilizer. We're going to stop there though. In fact, I may have well overdone that, because basically, as we will see, I need to get around here because I know this is a pallet of seed. So refilled sower. So this holds, I think, about 750 fertilizer, and it holds 240 seed. Now, because it actually lays the seed down quicker than the fertilizer, it could actually go 8 times further, I think it is, fertilizing than it can sowing, which is a bit odd in the game. Now in real life, I understand that's probably because you can leave the fertilizer in there, whatever, but you might want to change your seed for a different crop field to field. So I see that in real life. In the game, it's a bit of a nonsense. It's not too bad here because we can just reload straight from those pallets. But in games where you've got to get the seed and the fertilizer maybe to the machine, it's not a good thing to have too far away from your supplies. Let's see how he gets on now. He's pretty good. This is quite a hill he's on, and I think there's a number of machines that would actually have trouble doing that, especially without a front weight on. Yeah, this is actually one of the little hidden gems of the game. I'm going to straighten him up a bit. He's got a little bit out of line turning on that field. I think he literally slid a little bit. So there we go. So we'll leave him to it. We'll let the little Zeta have a go as well. Okay, the bulldozer gone on fantastically well with this. It hasn't stopped. We haven't had to refill it either yet. Little Zeta's having a go. He needs a front weight. He hasn't got one. He is just about managing. I don't know how he'd get on over on that really steeply banked section over there. And he does, there you go, have a couple of issues here, but he seems to deal with it, rocking back and forth over that curb. Or it's not where a curb, is it? Where the road finishes. Not the tidiest of jobs. Yeah, so there you go. So we have options, we have a seed. What I'm actually thinking, let's have a little look. We've got him leased. That's taken 0.4 of an hour. That's fantastic. And if we just select, so we may as well keep him for tomorrow and get the rest of that hour out of him, rather than release him. How we do this, manage this going forwards, whether we buy one or keep on leasing, I don't know. It's going to be very hard to get it past the Ministry of Cows for us to actually own a piece of equipment that only plants corn and sunflowers, because they have no, not even I can come up with a relevance to cows. But there you go. He wants to go around again and do this last bit. I'm going to do it for him. There you go, we have a field of sunflowers. So we left the fertilizer up here with the big Zeta, who's not scared of that scary building. He's happily going along here. I'm going to leave a section of this field only double fertilized, not double fertilized. I'm going to try a little experiment with the weeder, just to see if we can get 2 layers of fertilizer out of it by using it at 2 different growth stages. So just to confirm that, because we have used it certainly on a field that had 2 different growth stages on it, but I haven't yet tried to double use it, so we'll give that a go. Right, we're back down at the main farm, and it's time to tend the cows. We've actually got away for 2 episodes, well, yesterday. We haven't actually had to feed them at all. We haven't had to make anything for them. We had a good supply. We need to top them up now, so we'll drop them in a bale of grass shortly when we finish mixing. So 1 straw, lift it up nice and high, 1 straw, 1 hay of course, and this is the first time we're going to make it up using the silage that we fermented around in the bunker rather than the bales. The bales we shall, the bales of silage we shall just sell. They're a good source of cash. How about actually manage to even get a little bit stuck here? If there's a glitch, I'll find it. Right, lift him up high. I guess the Zeta's a little bit small. There you go. 2 bales of 4,000 in. And we need to put in the silage. So what we're going to do here, now this is a wonderful little task for a friend with you in multiplayer perhaps. We don't have that facility. Oh, it's unwrapping. I'm going to try and get this silo completely unwrapped. It would be handier if I could just grab it from the other end. Just save a little bit of movement. But all we need basically is 2 buckets here. It's not going to come to exactly 4,000 as 1 bale of silage would, but that doesn't matter. It'll be good enough to make a mix. And that's all we need to worry about. So get this one in, drop him round. I'm not sure how many batches we're going to make today. There we are. And hey presto, mixed rations. Total power food, what are we going to call it? And there we go. See the bars going up in real time. I guess we'll just get this filled back up, shall we? Right, so we're just mixing up the 3rd batch, which is the last that we can do today. Because of a limitation on hay. Absolutely fine. I think this is probably going to put us up to about 3 or 4 days worth of everything. So, as you can see, I did manage to get all of the cover off of the silage. Just run up to the edge, just before the edge of the blanket. Put your bucket in empty, and it will just automatically peel it back as you move forward. Right, so there we are. So we have a nice mix. We're also bringing in a bale of grass to top that up at the same time. He's in. In goes the power food. Yeah, and the cows certainly, I mean, we're up to nearly 50. Well, we're not up to nearly 50, let's be a bit more accurate. We're up to 45, 46 by the end of today. It's still not exactly hard work, is it? And they're making us $12,000 a day. So that's quite good. It's a big investment. Obviously here, Ministry of Cows is who we work for. Cows is what we do. So in a normal game, cows can look a bit of a daunting investment, certainly. But in the long run, for the amount of work you actually need to do, it is quite a good income once you get established. What I will say is, well, if I come this way, we're done mixing anyway, so we can put this guy away. As I was saying, yeah, it's a big investment for cows. Also, you need special equipment for cows. You know, pigs you can get away with feeding them grain, which you've got everything to get grain pretty much is available. You've got tippers, you've got harvesters. You might need headers and seeders to get your corn and your root crops, etc. But you're pretty much there. But cows is a good way to go. But let's see how much mowing we end up doing, shall we? And in fact, before I cut from here, yeah, we're up to about 3 days on the power food, so that's fine. We can pop another bale of grass in. Yeah, we're cool. Quite low maintenance. We spend more time cleaning them out than we do feeding them. Here we are, guys, we're baling. Due to another software issue, I did record a bit of mowing. You didn't really miss much apart from the fact that I mowed and tedded at the same time. which leads to a border dispute with the man who owns this field here. So the tedder doesn't work, basically because it's wider than the mower. It gets into his field before, you know, even though you're not actually mowing inside it, and triggers the whole "you don't own this field" scenario. So it doesn't matter because we need grass for the cows whatever we're doing. So if we get hay, and we know that we're also going to get 1 bale of grass, 2 bales of grass, that's kind of fine, and we could always wrap it as, say, it's silage and just sell it, couldn't we? So really not an issue anyway. Yes, so we're going to make the hay for the cows because that's the only thing we were really lacking to make some more mixed rations. We got plenty of straw, we have plenty of silage in the bunker. I was talking earlier about mix matching harvesters and headers, and I actually drove up the A34, which I mentioned reasonably regularly. Is a busy road that runs right through a big section of farmland on either side, and I saw a huge class harvester. It looked like it was using a Rostal Mash header. It was certainly that kind of colours. I was doing about 65 miles an hour at the time, so forgive me for not being too exact on what it was I saw. And that was being serviced by a what looked like a Massey Ferguson with an auger trailer. And for some reason the harvester had gone right across the middle of the field. It had done a few runs, you could see, and then it had decided to go right through the middle when it was full. And it had to do a kind of 90-degree turn in its own kind of swathe, which it could just about do because it had such a wide header on it. And then in the background there was another tractor. I couldn't tell you why, it was too far away, but it was using the automated Bale picker-upper, the vanilla one in the game for the big square bales. Never actually seen one of those in action. But as I say, I did go past it quite quickly, so not too much detail for you there. Right, let's get the grass done. And do remember that whatever you finish a bale with, even if it's literally the last litre, is what the bale will become. So we could easily be a little bit cheeky. We could have left this grass here and then just topped up bales of hay off of it, or vice versa. But let's just get a bale of grass. I'm quite happy with that. As I say, we certainly need some. And we have 11 bales again today. Lee's here 9 bales of hay, and those there 2 bales of grass, which I dropped over as I made them using the forks and Baler transport method you've seen before. Now my little plan for now is simply to put this trailer in here. I'm not sure, now that we have access to 2 low-loader trailers, that this one can't just stay here for now, so we'll put them on here. If they can just stay on there and live there, fine. If we do have to shift them, well, we say, you know, we did it because we had to. And we'll make up some more mixed rations tomorrow because everyone is more than happy. Yeah, that's 3 days worth. We're going to make another cow this evening. Be up to 46 cows, hit our quota, fantastic. Cleanliness 98%, right. I think I'm going to get on to midnight. I was thinking of doing a bit more forestry. We'll do that tomorrow with the new harvester. Obviously it's been a busy day. We've split into 2 episodes. Bale wrapper. We're finally getting some bits of equipment in the shed. If we got everything back, which we will for the next audit day, it might actually look quite a reasonably impressive array of equipment now. It's taken a while. What day is it today? It's Friday, so not 2 weeks of game calendar time yet. We're doing reasonably well. Right, let's get to midnight, see where we are. And here we are, it's almost midnight. We have done the weeding as much as we can. We still got the can we weed on 2 different growth stages to get to fertilizations experiment. That's ongoing. We will catch that at the end of this. We've been shopping, we've bought ourselves, we're always here at midnight, aren't we? So we bought ourselves a little light for the cows' trough area. It's in the light pack. I thought I'd get the manual version so we didn't keep it on all night and keep the cows awake. We want them nice and happy and making delicious milk. Right, we'll have a little clean up. Not long now. They seem to have fixed that strange magnetic glitch area that was in the corner of this trough. If you remember from the very early episodes. It's midnight, we've sold milk. We sold a little bit less milk than we did yesterday. How have we managed that? We'll have a look. I may be wrong. Let's see. Right, so we bought stuff and we've sold stuff today. That's cool. We bought our cow and we've made a cow. Vehicle running costs, there you go, dropped $2,400 by replacing the harvester. That's quite handy, isn't it? Vehicle leasing costs, well, they're trundling along, but we incorporate those into overheads. Animal upkeep is creeping up, as does the animal population. Sold milk. Why have we sold less milk today than we did yesterday? I really don't know, because they've been at 100% the whole time and the number of cows has gone up. If anyone's got any idea, let me know. Fertiliser costs, well, we've still got some, but they should almost be disappearing soon. We bought a lot of fertiliser for that $3,200, because it's half price now in those new experimental bags. Harvest income back up, so that's very good. So soy recovered, we didn't do anything clever there at all. Did get quite a good price on the canola, which was kind of lucky. Wage payment, $9,400 again. I think that's the weeding, maybe, I don't know. That seems to be where we are. It'll also come down as I get a little bit smoother and back into the swing of managing the fleet. So there we are, not bad at all. So we're just going to check that we can do that with the weeder, and we'll call it an episode. And for those of you that were interested, the answer is yes, you can use a weeder to fertilise at more than one growth stage, but there does have to be crop grown in the ground. You can't do it after you've ploughed or cultivated or straight after you've seeded, but you can do it after 2 growth stages and save yourself a few more pounds, dollars, euros, credits, whatever you like. Going back to why the income from the cows didn't go up like I thought it would. I forgot to clean out the trough this morning, and I think it cost us that much money, probably about $1,400 in milk production, because I would have expected it to go up to about $13,100, just as that $900 a day increase. So there you go, keep your animals tidy. Anyway, we're going to call it an episode there. Thanks very much for joining us again. Take care. Leave us a like. Please leave us some more comments. We've been getting comments. It's great. And subscribe and set your notifications if you want to keep in touch. Thank you very much.